Listen up, folks. Y'all know what it is. Rise up early. It's time to bring sports talk back to the early mornings. You know who I am, obviously. The Torch, the fire starter, Andre Robinson. We got a great show coming up for you. Make sure you like and share. If you're on YouTube, make sure you share this with your aunties, uncles, brothers, sisters, cousins, friends. If you're on Facebook, man, come on. I need all the interjection we can get today. Make sure you get those keyboards warmed up. I need those comments on deck. I got my brother in the building, Marcus the Alphabets, the owner of the Alphabets Bits and the Alphabet Football Talk Show, obviously, that you watched last night. Make sure you support all that. What's up? What's up, Marcus?
Good. What's going on, man? How you doing, man? I see you over there, the hardest working man in Buffalo, New York. I see you over there, man. I see you.
What's up, Ron Enix? What's good, man? What's good? Yo, we working hard, man. I ain't gonna even lie, man. We working hard. Nevertheless, I see you working hard, though. The hardest working guy in Texas. We gonna have to call Jerry Jones up, man. Let him know that he got to move over. He got to move over. It's time to move over.
Hey, it ain't nothing but a thing. Let me know, man. Will McClay, holler at your boy, man. Jerry, Steven, get at me, man. I'm here, man. I'm here.
For sure, man. Y'all like and share this joint. This one is going to be a scorcher, man. We got somebody else coming in later on, but nevertheless, this one right here is going to be off the chain. So y'all going to want to watch this. Y'all going to listen, tag your friends. Shout out to WDAP Radio Entertainment, WDAP TV. Shout out to them. Angelita, I see you. Good morning. Get ready. Sports talk at its finest. Today, no games being played. All right. This is Rise Up Early again. And we're going to start off the show with the Rise Up Rundown. Woo! Rise Up Rundown right here, letting y'all know what's going on in sports today, all right? So I'm going to kick this thing off right, man. I'm going to let y'all know that we got college football action today. You got Nebraska against Illinois. You got UConn versus Fresno, Hawaii versus UCLA. Yes, we do. We got some preseason action going on today, too, in NFL. We got the Bills against the Packers. How interesting. The Bills and the Packers today. All right. I'm not going to give you every single game, but I'm just going to give you games of interest. If you want to put in the comment section games that you think are interesting coming up today, then put them in the comment section, man. Put them in the comment section. This is about us. Make sure you like and share. Again, MLB action today. We got Boston and Cleveland. We got the Yankees against the A's. We got Kansas City and Seattle going at it. We got Texas and Houston going at it. And you got the Chicago Cubs and the Chicago White Sox. By the way, if anybody watched MLB, the score of yesterday's Chicago White Sox versus Chicago Cubs game was 17-13. Sounds like somebody's ready for football. I don't know, Marcus. You ever seen a game 17-13 in baseball?
Man, I'm telling you, man. That's the thing that we love about sports, man. You never know what you'll see, man. It's like the prize in the Cracker Jack box, man. You never know what you'll get. Life is like a box of chocolates. That's what Mama says.
That's true. And going back to NFL's action, we get Baltimore and Washington today at 6 p.m. You get Chicago against the Titans. You get Tampa Bay and Houston, and you get the Rams versus the Broncos. All right. You get that today in preseason action. We will talk some preseason stuff. WNBA, by the way, I got to shout out WNBA. Shout out to my women that's doing their thing. All right. We got Vegas and Indiana going at it tonight. at today at 1 p.m. We got LA and UConn going on at 7 p.m. and Dallas and Washington at 7 p.m. Tonight. UFC fights is coming on ESPN and ESPN Plus tonight. So stay tuned. There's a lot of sports going on. A lot of stuff going on. All right. Let's get to it. We got to get to our next segment. I swear to God we do, because we got a lot to talk about. And I see a lot of comments in here. Robert Leader said, yo, Bills versus Green Bay. That's going to be off the chain. Said, Marcus, put that Bills hat on. Jacob Soul said, what's up? Can News said, I'm waiting for September 5th to see if my nose are going to come back to prominence. Man, I was just saying this in another show. I want to see the
rest in peace to Bobby Bowden. Rest in peace to Bobby Bowden.
Absolutely. Rest in peace to Bobby Bowden, one of the best collegiate football coaches of all time. I want to see Florida State step back up, man. I want to see the U step back up. This can't just be a Clemson ACC, man. I need to see these teams step up to prominence, all right? So like and share. Come on, like and share. How about those Bills? Jade, what's up? Shout out to Jade that's in the house too. Shout out to you. What's good? All right. So with that being said, there is your Rise Up rundown right there. And we're going to get into snub nose talk. All right? We're going to get into some snub nose talk. My guy, Marcus the Alphabets. I got some real stuff for you today to answer, some questions to answer, sir. I got five candidates who I think should be on the Snub Nose Talk top 10 list. All right. Here is the 5. And one of them is highly questionable. No pun intended. We got Gary Alexander. We got Stephon Diggs, Myles Garrett, Nick Chubb, and Buda Baker. My question to the Alpha, since he's the sports football connoisseur that you seen last night. If you did not watch last night's show, you missed a dandy. You missed a treat. Marcus, I need you to first and foremost rank these 5 snub nose candidates. Rank them, and then tell me, do you believe that they were snubbed or not?
Okay, give me those names again.
You got Jari Alexander, Stephon Diggs, Myles Garrett, Nick Chubb, and Buda Baker.
And Buda. Okay, and being snubbed for what? Being snubbed how so?
Because they didn't make it in the top 10.
Okay. Look, here's the thing with the top 10. Most of the time, quarterbacks are going to get that. Look, there were no offensive linemen in the top 30. Quentin Nelson, Zach Martin didn't make it. So you have to understand, part of it is how they look at certain positions on the football field. Okay, that's just what it is. How many quarterbacks made the top 10?
If you got a real good,
you got the list. Do you have the list right there with you?
I got a list.
How many quarterbacks are in the top 10? 3, 4?
3, 4. 3.
3. Okay. I mean, quarterbacks generally.
Wait a minute. 3.
Where's 3? Who's it? Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, and who else?
4. And Tom Brady.
And Josh Allen made it in the top 10. 40% of the top 10 is quarterbacks. There it is right there. Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, and that's what it is. And Tom Brady. Quarterbacks are always going to get the nod because the quarterback touches the ball on every play. For every play they touch the ball. So, I mean, I guess you could say Garrett probably the biggest snub. I would say Garrett because he's a pass rusher. To me, right behind the quarterback, a pass rusher is the probably the most valuable. So I would go Myles Garrett, Stephon Diggs. Nope, I'll go Myles Garrett, Jair Alexander, Diggs, Chubb, and Buddha. In that order.
Interesting. So Stephon Diggs obviously was number 1 in yards and catches. Jair Alexander had a phenomenal season. I mean, I'm talking about lockdown season. I mean, he had a 50% completion rate against them. Now, coverage matters, folks. So when I give you these stats, I want you to know that coverage matters.
Before you do that, though, to make it in the top 10, generally, you got to be number 1 at your respective position. Think about it. You had 4 quarterbacks, right? 4 out of 10 quarterbacks. Now, is Nick Chubb the best running back in the NFL?
I would say he's top 2, top 3.
You take Nick Chubb over Dalvin Cook and Derrick Henry?
Derrick Henry is number 1. Derrick Henry's number 1. Would I take Nick Chubb over Dalvin Cook? Yes. Okay, that's cool and that's fine. But Jair Alexander, when I mention quarterbacks, would you take Jair Alexander over Jalen Ramsey or Tre'Davious White? Yes or no? Yes.
Over both of them?
Yes.
Well, see, that most people, they don't look at it like that. Buddha Baker's what, a safety?
Yes.
Would you take him over Minkah Fitzpatrick or Jamal Adams?
No.
So right there, you got to look at. So when
I told you one was highly questionable.
Okay, do you understand the point I'm making though?
I get the point you're making.
So the top 10. How can you be in the top 10 of 100 players and you're not the best at your respective position? And there's 4 quarterbacks in the top 10.
Hey Marcus, you're getting no argument with me on that, because I was one of the guys who said there's 9 positions that you really look at. And if you're in the top 1 to 2% in that position, you should probably be in the top 10. Obviously we see. But
how are you going to be in the top 10 of 100 players and you're not the best at your respective position? Now, to me, there's only 2 people on this list that really have an argument, and that's Garrett, Myles Garrett, and Stephon Diggs. There are some people out there that feel that Steph Diggs is better than. Do you think Steph Diggs is better than Devontae Adams or DeAndre Hopkins?
So
you see what I'm saying? I'm saying?
So let me answer that. I'm glad that you asked that. I'm glad that you asked that, because then we get into this whole conversation of what a player has done.
With matters.
Hold on, Marcus. Let me get to it.
Okay.
It's a conversation of what you've done in the past couple years compared to who's hot right now. That conversation always happens. With D-Hop, that's going to be a conversation if you put him with anybody, what he's done for the last 4 or 5 years versus who's hot at this moment, this second. I think all 3 of them have actually had back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons, if I'm not mistaken. They're all really, really good, great wide receivers. The conversation is tough because D-Hop, obviously, his catch radius is probably the best out of the 3. Stephon Diggs is probably one of the better pure route runners.
Yeah.
Devontae Adams is probably one of the shiftiest route runners in football. So it's tough. That's tough. I mean, you got Devontae Adams, who had 18 touchdowns. Stephon Diggs, who had 127 catches and 35 last year. And then D-Hop, who consistently keeps on putting constant numbers up.
Exactly. To me, bro, the only 2 guys on this, I don't believe Jair Alexander is the best corner in the league. I think he's top three. I would not take him over Jalen Ramsey. I would not take him over Tre'Davious White. And I like Jair Alexander. I think he's an outstanding corner, but I don't think he's better than Jalen Ramsey, and I don't think he's better than Tre'Davious White. Garrett, I think Myles Garrett is the best. I think he's the best 4-3 defensive end in the league. I like the Bosa boys. I like the Bosa boys. I like Chase Young. I think Chase Young is incredible. But if you just look at pure 4-3 defensive end, I like Myles Garrett. Nick Chubb, is Nick Chubb better than the unicorn? You know how I feel about Derrick Henry. No, I don't think he's better than him. And Budda Baker, is he better than Minkah Fitzpatrick? Justin Simmons? Is he better than Justin Simmons? Is he better than Jamal Adams? If you say no, then you cannot be in the top 10 when there's 4 quarterbacks in the top 10. That's all I'm saying.
So I totally agree with everything that you're saying. Jair Alexander, again, that's a conversation. Canu said he said Jair Alexander just had one great season. He does it again, then maybe next year. See, and here we go with the conversation again of who's hot now versus who kind of been doing it consistently. But if we're going to talk about, awards for a year, I mean, this isn't top 100 of 2017 through 2021. It's top 100 of 2021. See what I'm saying? That's where the notion and the issue comes in at. Like, how do we measure that? Who measures that?
But they said that this is anticipating for the 2021 season. You're what do you say? Prognosticating for the 2021 season. So if you look at it like that, then okay, yeah. Me personally, I believe a guy like Chase Young is coming. So I think that moves Myles Garrett back a little bit. Nick Bosa was out last year. Joey Bosa was injured a lot last year. That's his competition. Steph Diggs, you had a 1,500-yard season. You had your best season ever. Can you do it again? Because I believe when people play the Buffalo Bills this year, the way that they play against Stephon Diggs, he's going to get the Megatron-type treatment where everybody else is going to have to catch balls, because I believe this season, the way that they play against Stephon Diggs, I believe he's double and triple teamed on every play down the field. Just like your boy Devontae Adams in the NFC Championship. The way you play against him now, it's like, okay, we see what you can do if we just let you run wild. So I don't think Stephon Diggs has 1,500 yards this year. Shout out to my man Monster. We went back and forth on this last night. But I don't think he gets 1,500 yards because defensive coordinators watch film too. And they're like, we're not going to let Stephon Diggs we're not just going to give him free releases to run down the field. So to me, Diggs and Garrett, those are my two. If anybody really has an argument, it's those two.
Okay. Jair, I'll just mention that Jair, again, 50% completion rating. He played off of corners. He gave receivers probably about 5-6 yards worth of cushion on average per play. Now, this is just analytics as far as coverage. All right. 1.5 yards of cushion in between plays as far as how much cushion the receiver got. Jair Alexander was all over receivers this year. I mean,
breaking news, bro. The Jaguars are sending quarterback Gardner Minshew to the Philadelphia Eagles for a conditional 2022 6th-round pick. Per sources, the 6th-round pick could go up to a 5th if Minshew plays 50% of the plays in 3 games this season. James Woodcock, he just put that in the comments. So
I saw that, and that's very interesting. Because
what are we saying? So what are they saying? What are they saying to Jalen Hurts?
That's where I was going to go with that. And you know what? I'm going to save that. I'm actually going to save that for later. It's interesting that that was just put up there. All right. What the F? Minshew was traded. Yep, Minshew was traded for sure. All right. Now, that's snub nose talk for you guys. Let me rank them real quick, and then I'll go about my business on the next venture. I think obviously Myles Garrett probably is. Oof, this is tough. I'll go with Myles Garrett, Stephon Diggs, Jari Alexander, Nick Chubb, Buda Baker.
Me and you, we pretty much had the same list except one.
Yeah, I'll rank them. I'll rank them that way. Do I think any of them should have been in the top 10? I think if anybody has a legit argument, it's probably Stephon Diggs and Myles Garrett.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think Nick Chubb is the best running back in the league. Number one, he plays on a 1-2 punch, with Kareem Hunt. So it's not like all my Browns fans out there, I know my boy Walter Ringfield, shout out to my guy from Cleveland, and Otis Sanders. Oh, you're hating on my Browns. I'm not saying that. I'm saying he shares the workload. He ain't doing what King Henry's doing, taking the ball 30, 40 times a game and ramming it down people's throats. He's not doing that. He's getting a breather. Derrick Henry's out there grinding, punishing defenses, play in and play out. You're not the best running back in the league. You're just not. I don't think Nick Chubb is better than Ezekiel Elliott. That's just my opinion. I don't think Nick Chubb is better than Saquon Barkley. But we'll see. We'll see. A healthy Saquon Barkley. Now, my saying about the best ability
is availability.
Saquon Barkley has been injury prone. Zeke had a down year. Zeke has 2 rushing titles. Let's not forget that. Zeke has led the league in rushing 2 times. Nick Chubb got any rushing titles? Has Nick Chubb ever ran?
Nick Chubb should have had one if it wasn't for Derrick Henry's 200 plus yards at the game.
I don't do hypotheticals.
We know. 1 yard.
Hey, there's 8 men in the 101-year history of the NFL that's run for 2,000 yards. And one of them's playing today. And he plays in Tennessee. 8 men in the 101-year history that run for 2,000 yards. I believe in the next 2 years, Derrick Henry breaks Eric Dickerson's single-season rushing record, especially with another game, going from 16 to 17 games. So we'll see what happens.
All right. Interesting enough. Let's see if we got more comments in here. Shout out to everybody that's been tuning in. Thank you very much. Make sure you like and share again. Let's see here. Let's go to the comments. Okay, the pro / LOL. All right, keep the comments rolling. We got more to talk about. We're gonna get to the next segment, and the next segment is
Who You Wit?
Who You Wit? Who You Wit? All right. The Who You Wit segment. I'm gonna explain it. I'm gonna take 2 players. You get to pick one. Who you with? All right. So the comment section should be lit coming up. All right. You get to pick who you will be with. You can use it from a GM standpoint. You can use it from your favorite player standpoint. You can use it from, I just like him better. All right. But who you with? I want to know who you with. All right. So question number 1, Marcus Betts. Who you with? Corey Davis or Cole Beasley?
Look, Cole Beasley's a slot receiver. And he look, a slot receiver. Corey Davis was drafted out of what Western Michigan or something like that.
Western Michigan.
Western Michigan. He was a first-round pick and thought pretty highly of. I think he was a top 10 pick, Corey Davis was. He was supposed to go to Tennessee and be the guy. And he never fulfilled that. And you're playing with Derrick Henry. We just talked about Derrick Henry. The looks that you're getting with Derrick Henry as a wide receiver when they're stacking the box, with Derrick Henry, and you still can't get 1,000 yards, you can't go off. I don't want to call him the B word. I don't want to call him the B word. Bus for all y'all people out there with dirty minds. I would, don't be cussing. He so far, I think it's fair to say. Can we say that Corey Davis has been a bust considering where he was drafted? I had Cole Beasley on my Cowboys. I think it's fair to say Cole Beasley's one of, if not the top slot receiver in the league.
Yeah, agreed.
Corey Davis has been a bust so far. So where you were drafted at, I've seen Cole Beasley 800 yards, and you're a number one receiver, and you're playing with Derrick Henry and AJ. To me, where you're drafted at, that determines a lot. With the looks that you're getting in Tennessee in 800 yards, really? I've seen Cole Beasley have 1,000 yards. I think Cole Beasley had like 900 last year. So give me Cole Beasley. To me, Corey Davis has been a bust. Cole Beasley's been a bust. Corey Davis has been a bust. I'll take Cole Beasley all day and twice on Sundays.
All right, interesting enough. So Gary said Davis. He's taking Davis at 800 yards, 6 touchdowns with Henry and AJ on the field. He was a number 2 receiver. Ron said he agreed with what you said. He said, yep. He said, yep. All right.
Hang on. Let me add something to my boy. That's my boy Tito there. If you draft a guy in the top 7 or 8, now I'll give you an example. The receivers drafted this year. If you draft a guy in the top 10 overall, what do you expect him to be? If you draft a wide receiver in the top 10, what are your expectations for him?
For him to be legit.
You, Torch.
For him to be legit.
You're asking him to be a what receiver? A number 2 or a number
1?
You're when I draft you in the top 10, I'm saying why does everybody tease on Sammy Watkins? Where was he drafted? Where was Sammy Watkins drafted at?
You know, he was drafted first round.
First round, and I think he was like a top 5 pick. Is Sammy Watkins Julio Jones? Is he AJ Green? No. So when you draft a guy that high, that's why I'm laughing at the Raiders. I'm like, dude, you drafted Henry Ruggs. Is Henry Ruggs the number 1 receiver? No. So give me Cole Beasley. Damn, Corey Davis been a bust, bro. Corey Davis been a bust.
Mm-hmm. Gary said, "Go eat a Snickers, guy. You're not yourself when you're hungry."
I'll see you later on, Tito. I'm gonna get you, man. Me and you later on, Tito. I'm gonna get you, man.
That is hilarious. All right. Like and share, by the way. Again, this is the Who You Wit segment. You get to pick. Come on. Pick who you wit.
A number 2 receiver that got drafted 5th overall. A number 2 wide receiver, you got drafted 5th overall. Stop it.
Yeah, I gotta know who you with. All right, who you with? Chris Godwin or Calvin Ridley?
Repeat that again.
Chris Godwin or Calvin Ridley? Again,
Calvin Ridley. Now that Julio's gone. It's basically a two-man gang over there in Atlanta. Calvin Ridley's going to be there. He is their number 1. What is Chris Godwin with the Bucs? You got Mike Evans, you got Antonio Brown, you got Gronk at tight end, you got OJ Howard at tight end, and then you still got those 2 beasts behind him. You got Leonard Fournette and Ronald Jones. Give me Calvin Ridley. That ain't even close, bro. Calvin Ridley's the number 1, and Chris Godwin's a 2 at best. A 2 at best. Would you take Chris Godwin over Antonio Brown? Because that's their Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and Antonio Brown. And you still got Scotty Miller too. I mean, Scotty Miller, he's a slot guy, but come on. Give me give me Calvin Ridley. He's a number one, bro.
All right. Interesting enough. Chris Godwin last year, his numbers declined a little bit.
Because they got a lot of mouths to feed. They got a lot of mouths to feed over there, man. They got a lot of mouths to feed with Tampa Bay.
He was a receiver getting about 1,300 yards the year before. Calvin Ridley obviously has been producing, putting up numbers. To me, it's whatever you like. It's who do you like? Like, what do you want? Jaguar or Porsche? It all depends. It all depends for me. I would take Calvin Ridley in this situation.
What is Chris Godwin on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? What number receiver is he?
I mean, he's a number 2. At
best. I don't think he's better than Mike Evans. What is Calvin Ridley with the Falcons? He's a 1. He's their 1. Well, now that Julio's going. Hell, he was the number 1 last year when Julio was there. He was their number 1 while Julio was there.
Right. So here's another question I gotta ask on Who You With. Teron Armstead or Garrett Bowles?
Mm-hmm. That's a tough one, man. Now that there's a little bit. That's a little bit close. That's a little bit. Give me Teron Armstead though. Give me Armstead by a slight margin. By a slight.
Okay, tell me why though.
I like Armstead. He's just nasty, man. I like my offensive linemen to be nasty dudes. I like them to punish a guy, drive him into the dirt, play to the end of the whistle. That's the kind of guy I like. And Teron Armstead, I like his style of play a little bit better. But Garrett Bowles, he's not a bad player, but I'll take Teron Armstead just by a slight margin.
All right. Garrett Bowles didn't give up not 1 sack last year, by the way. Just want to put this out there. For a dismal Denver Broncos team. Not 1 sack last year. Teron Armstead obviously is definitely filthy, helping that running game with Alvin Kamara over there in Saints country. But Garrett Bowles, what would he do if he had better linemen on his team? I mean, is Denver's offensive line better than the Saints' offensive line?
I don't think so, but sometimes you have a guy who's good, but he's the best out there. To me, it's some of this is just preference. I like Teron Armstead just a little bit better, and that's no slight or disrespect to Garrett Bowles.
All right, moving right along. Come on, comment section. Where you at with me? Who you with? I need to know. KJ Wright or Demario Davis? The reactions.
Oh, man. Look, man. KJ Wright's a thumper and he's a champion. He was one of the enforcers. I won't say he was the enforcer. I thought that was the safety, big boy, the safety from Seattle. But KJ Wright in the middle, playing next to playing with those Seattle teams. I like KJ, man. And he's still a free agent. I don't think anybody has signed him. Demario Davis, he's a hell of a player. It's just that he played with Houston, so he's not going to get the props. Sometimes you don't get props because of who you play with. But KJ Wright, with Bobby Wagner, give me KJ. Give me KJ. We were talking about picking that guy up until we drafted Micah Parsons. Give me KJ. I like KJ a little bit. I know he's 32 years old now. He's not what he used to be, but I still like KJ.
Well, Marcus. Well. Interesting enough that you would pick KJ Wright, even though Demario Davis plays for the Saints. But okay. Demario Davis has been consistent. Nice.
Didn't the Mario start off with the Texans though?
Yeah, small stint though. He's more.
Yeah. I know he started.
He's more of a Saint than he is a Texan.
Yeah.
This is tough, man.
Yeah.
KJ Wright has had a lot of help around him, especially when you got Bobby Wagner next to you. Demario Davis has had who next to him? Just tell me at the linebacker position. I'll wait. I'll give you like a 10-second Jeopardy.
I can't think. You don't even need to give me 10 seconds. But I can't think anybody.
If you can't think of it, then that's probably notion that they ain't that damn good. The linebacking core in New Orleans, but nevertheless, I'm going to take Demario Davis only because I've seen him consistently produce, and then also I just wonder what would he do with others. I gotta take Demario. I gotta take Demario on this one.
Okay.
I like KJ Wright. I like what he does, but I've seen KJ Wright become a journeyman a couple times. I mean, how many teams has KJ Wright been on?
Just one.
You sure?
I can't think. I think has he been somewhere else besides Seattle? I can't think of where else he's been besides Seattle.
In the comment section, I need y'all to tell me right now. I need y'all to let us know. All you football connoisseurs out there, I need you to let us know. What teams has KJ Wright been on? All right. Let's go to the next one. Cameron Hayward or Grady Jarrett?
Ooh, man, you are.
Am I lighting it up today? I'm lighting it up.
And look, first of all, I want to preface these comments by saying, when I make these choices, that's no disrespect. You're like asking me, do I want a tomahawk steak or do I want a porterhouse steak?
I told you.
That's what you're asking me.
I told you. Go back to sports talk.
You pick certain people's. Oh man, you're dissing my guy. I'm not dissing your guy. The choice is do you want a Ferrari or do you want a Ferrari or do you want a Lamborghini? It's like, I mean, it's kind of hard. So that's no disrespect to whoever I don't choose. I'm gonna go.
By the way, while you thinking, shout out to my guy Keo right now from NBS.
What's up, Keo? I'm gonna roll with Cam, the pedigree. I like those defenses, those Steelers defense. Shout out to my co-host with the Alphabets Football Show, the first lady, Miss Ramona Diehard. I'm gonna roll with Cam. I'm gonna roll with Cam on this. So I think the Steelers defense, they were injured last year. I think the Steelers defense goes on a tear this year. With everybody coming back, they suffered a lot of injuries, and I think the Atlanta Falcons defense is going to be garbage dumpster juice.
Keo, what's up, my guy?
Well, it's good, man. Sorry for being late, but it's like 7:00 in California right now.
California love.
It's 7 a.m. in sunny California.
It never rains in Southern California. Go ahead, man.
Keo, we are playing Who You Wit segment. I'm giving you two people. You get to pick one, and you got to tell me why, all right? So just to catch you up a little bit, we had Corey Davis. I'm going to give you 30 seconds to pick these players, okay? Let's speed round, 30 seconds. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Keo, Corey Davis or Cole Beasley?
I'm going with Cole Beasley in this one.
All right.
You want to know why?
Yeah, go ahead real quick.
Cole Beasley, he's great third down possession receiver. He's a huge asset for Josh Allen right now outside of Stephon Diggs. I'm going with Cole Beasley over Corey Davis. Corey Davis is, he's in a new system. Obviously, with the Jets, I don't think much of the Jets. And you got Zach Wilson throwing the ball. I just think he's going to get harassed by defensive coordinators, man. And I think if any Giants wide receiver that shines, it's gonna be Elijah Moore or
You mean
Denzel
Jets
Mims.
wide receiver? You mean
Yeah,
Jets wide receiver?
yeah, Jets wide receivers. It's gonna be Denzel Mims or Elijah Moore.
All right. Number 2, Chris Godwin or Calvin Ridley?
I'm going with Chris Godwin, man.
What?
I I look at Calvin Ridley as in I don't know if he can be that number 1 wide receiver now that
Julio.
Julio Jones. I feel same situation as Juju Smith when Antonio Brown left, and Juju Smith has yet to prove that he's been a number 1 wide receiver. Now they got Chase Claypool and Deontay Johnson over there, probably could possibly have better seasons than him. But I still believe in Juju Smith. But as far as Godwin, you got Tom Brady throwing you the ball, and I think he's emerging as a top weapon on that team. Um, Outside of Mike Evans, I think both of those guys will shine, Evans and Godwin.
All right. Teron Armstead or Garrett Bowles?
I'm going with Armstead, man. I think Armstead is just in a great situation right now. I think it does matter where you're at. So I'm going with Armstead.
All right. KJ Wright or Demario Davis?
Demario Davis. I'm going with Demario Davis in this one. I people look at the defense that he plays for, and they I look at their secondary when it comes to the Saints secondary. The Saints secondary, they get exposed a lot, but when it comes to the Saints front seven, Demario Davis, he's probably one of the best defensive players in their front seven, as far as underrated linebackers also in the league. So I'm going with Davis.
All right. Last one was Cameron Hayward or Grady Jarrett?
Oh, that's a tough one. I'm gonna go. Damn, I think that's more of a preference, man, with Grady Jarrett or Cameron Hayward. But I'm going with Hayward though, man. I just think Hayward's been more of, I guess, somewhat a productive player throughout the years. So I'm going with Hayward.
All right. What I'll say on this is Grady Jarrett played with who? Tack McKinley?
Yeah.
And Cameron Hayward played with Stephon Tuitt. See where I'm going with this? I'm going to go with Cameron Hayward because he's nasty.
Yeah,
he's nasty. But Grady Jarrett is nice.
Just like his daddy, man. Just like his daddy was. Ironhead. Anybody remember Ironhead Hayward back in the day with the Saints running back?
Ironhead Hayward. Yep. Yes, I do. I remember him for sure. Definitely remember that guy. All right. Who you with? Come on, y'all, man. Come on. I know it's morning time, but come on. I need some comments in the comment section. I see Keo said I hate the Saints, but I got to go with Demario. He's underrated. Let's get the comments up, y'all. Let's get these comments up, man. Minka Fitzpatrick or Tyrann Mathieu?
This is easy for me. I like Tyrann Mathieu. The Honey Badger, loved him coming out of LSU. Loved him. I don't think he lived up to his to his potential in Arizona, but he does have a Super Bowl ring. But I'm going to say this right now, and I'm going to say this with let me come closer. Minka Fitzpatrick is the best safety in the NFL. We just saw Jamal Adams get paid this week. He's the highest paid right now. When Minka Fitzpatrick comes up for his contract, probably next year, because today, TJ Watt's going to be the highest paid edge rusher in the league. He's going to pass by Myles Garrett today. They're going to sign him to a new contract in the next couple of days. When Minka Fitzpatrick comes up on his contract, probably next season, Minka Fitzpatrick will be the highest paid safety because he's the best safety in the league. Minkah Fitzpatrick all day long.
Hey, good morning, Melissa. How you doing? Yeah, we have the Who You Wit segment, which we give you two. You got to pick one. Keo, it's your turn.
I'm going with Mika Fitzpatrick also. I think when the Steelers traded to get him, I think that was one of the smartest moves that they did. And it definitely showed out, man. And Mika Fitzpatrick, he's turned around his career, man. I think he has rejuvenated it, especially when he was in the Dolphins. He didn't have that type of impact. In the Steelers, he has. As far as Matthew, I think this is the third team he's been in. It didn't work out with the Cards. It didn't work out with the Texans. I'm not sure how long it will last with the Chiefs, but I'm going with Minkah Fitzpatrick.
All right. I'm going with Minkah. This is a landslide. I told you, I think people sleep on Minkah Fitzpatrick.
Minkah's the truth, man. He's the truth.
I like Minkah. Definitely like Minkah. All right, put it in the comment section who you would rather have. Come on, who you with? I need to know. Chuck Thomas is in the house. Buck Flair is in the house. What up? Simmons in Denver. Okay, you would rather have Simmons in Denver than these two. I knew somebody was going to say Justin Simmons. I had a feeling that comment was coming. Or Bates. Chuck Thomas said Bates is the best safety. He plays for Cincinnati. Okay.
Marcus May. Like, I mean, I know he plays for the Jets. Marcus May, he's nasty too. I'm just saying, I'm putting it out there. I don't think he's better than Minkah, but Marcus May's pretty nice with the Jets. He just doesn't get the love because he plays for the Jets. Get no love.
All right, we got another one coming up. Come on, who you with? I told you, sports talk. We getting back at it. Rise up early, baby. Rise up early is back in full effect. The next one is Keenan Allen or Justin Jefferson.
Ooh, man, you are starting trouble this morning. Go ahead, Keo. Go. I'm gonna let you go first.
This is easy for me. I'm not sold on what he did last season for 1 year. I mean, he could have been the flavor of the year and just come back to reality this season. I'm not saying that's gonna happen. I'm going with Keenan Allen. Consistency, man. He's had 1,000-yard consecutive seasons. He's been at the top of the league when it comes to receptions. It's just that they can't get out of the hump when it comes to going to the playoffs. I'm going with Keenan Allen.
You know what, bro? Me and you, man. Doing it for 1 year, and I know you're out there in Cali. You probably see this guy play a lot. I watch him play a lot too. The guy has always been, to me, Keenan Allen's always been underrated. You know, he plays on teams where he doesn't get as many targets as like a guy like Justin Jefferson. And again, I take nothing away from Justin Jefferson. I don't think Justin Jefferson, I know I'm gonna hear it. I don't think Justin Jefferson was even the best wide receiver in his draft class. That's my boy CeeDee Lamb. And you're gonna see what CeeDee Lamb does this season without playing with Garrett Gilbert and Garrett Gilbert and Ben DiNucci. You're going to see what he's made. You're not even the best wide receiver in your own draft class. Now, he had a great year last year, but you got to do it year in and year out. I've seen Keenan Allen do it for years and years and years. So give me Keenan Allen for the consistency, but that's nothing away from Justin Jefferson. He had a phenomenal rookie season last year.
All right. You guys said Keenan Allen. I think Keenan Allen has been phenomenal with the Chargers. I do. I think he's been phenomenal. With that being said,
bless you.
Thank you. I appreciate you blessing me because you're going to need to bless me when I say this. Justin Jefferson is who I'm taking. Taking Justin Jefferson. And the reason why I'm going to take Justin Jefferson is obviously Phillip Rivers has been way better of a quarterback than – do you like that? Kirk Cousins. has ever been. Secondly, Justin Herbert is a rookie quarterback, phenomenal rookie quarterback who can get the ball out. But for the fact that Justin Jefferson came in year one and did what he did with, I don't care if Adam Thielen is on the other side. I get it. He picked up right where Stephon Diggs left off in year one. So I definitely got to give it to him. I got to give Justin Jefferson his credit, LSU guy. I think, to be honest with you, people will laugh and they'll joke and they'll say this, but I think Justin Jefferson will probably be the best LSU wideout that's come out of LSU in the last couple of years for sure.
You mispronounced Odell Beckham Jr. But go ahead.
No. I said the last few years, sir. I didn't say the last like 6, 7, 8 years.
I just want to say one thing about Justin Jefferson. This year, there's actually tape and film on him.
Exactly.
The coordinators.
Exactly.
I'm glad. You know what? They got tape and film on Stephon Diggs too, and I guarantee you Stephon Diggs is going to have a ball this year.
Is he? Whoa! 1,500 yards.
Stephon Diggs?
Yeah.
Yes.
We gonna put some Diet Cherry Coke on that. We gonna put some.
That's fine with me. Listen, Marcus, I just want to remind y'all that Stephon Diggs came in year one with a quarterback that everybody thought was super inconsistent, and those two complemented each other so well, like peanut butter and jelly. It makes no sense. There is, and I heard this conversation yesterday. Stephon Diggs didn't make the Bills or make Josh Allen, or Josh Allen didn't make Stephon Diggs. They are a complement, and here's why I say that. The yards and catches that he had in Buffalo, he did not have with Kirk Cousins in Minnesota with Adam Thielen as his number 2. You go here to Buffalo and Josh Allen, and all of a sudden, you're 127 reception, 1,535 yard wide receiver with Cole Beasley as your second best receiver. Because
that's okay. You're making my point for me.
Right. With John Brown being out for 7 games and only having 400 yards last season. I just want people to understand that.
Okay, here's the thing about Steph Diggs in Minnesota. He was not their number 1. Adam, they were 1A, 1B.
Okay, now that I will agree with. 1A, 1B.
Look at their receptions. He got all of those targets because he is clearly the best. He is clearly the best receiver on Buffalo. And again, this season, this whole offseason, all of those defensive coordinators. What happened to your boy? Devontae Adams in the NFC Championship? When you only got one good receiver, here's what defensive coordinators do. And he's going to get this treatment this year, and that's why I don't think he's going to have 1,500 yards. And you're going to lose, and you're going to lose some Cherry Coke 0 to me, because everybody that plays him going forward is going to give him the Calvin Johnson treatment. Do you agree with that, Keto?
Yeah.
You can't. Certain teams you can't do that to Dallas, because if you double team Amari Cooper, Gallup and Lamb will kill you. If you double team Mike Evans and Tampa Bay, we just talked about Chris Godwin and Antonio Brown will kill you. The reason why Green Bay and Buffalo got bounced out of the championship games is because you got one super receiver. You got one. The reason you can't do that to Kansas City, if you double team Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce will eat you alive. If you try to cover up the middle of the field, he'll run over the top. He'll go over the top of you. So no, Stephon Diggs will not have 1,500 yards this year, and everybody who plays him is going to give him the royal treatment this year. I guarantee you that he will not get 1,500 yards this year. I guarantee it.
Hey, what's going on, Rick? Okay, so Marcus, let me rebuttal that real quick. I
Go ahead.
totally get what you're saying about the treatment and all that stuff. I get what you're saying in Minnesota, but I'm gonna tell you this: Adam Thielen was never pressed once. You can go look this up. I actually did some research. Adam Thielen was never pressed as the number one in Minnesota. It was Stephon Diggs. Adam Thielen was always 1B. It wasn't 1A. Regardless of what you may say stat-wise, this, that, and the third, he was never 1A. Stephon Diggs was 1A in Minnesota. I'm going to be honest with you. And it's the reason why Justin Jefferson could step right in and be 1A, because I think Justin Jefferson was 1A last year too. To be real with you. Secondly, the Bills have the 9th easiest schedule this year. I just want to put this out there. The Bills played the 9th hardest schedule last year and get the 9th easiest schedule this year. You think Stephon Diggs is not going to go off with Emmanuel Sanders and Cole Beasley and Gabe Davis and all
35-year-old Emmanuel.
And I heard you say 35-year-old Emmanuel Sanders.
Can't stay healthy. And Cole Beasley, who was injured last year too and pulled his groin, and Cole Beasley, who keeps getting COVID. Let me give you Adam Thielen's stats, since you don't think he was enough. 2017 and 2018 when Stephon Diggs was there. Do you want to know what his stats were?
I know.
In 2017, 91 receptions for 1,276 yards, and in 2018. 113 receptions for 1,373 yards. Is that a number one receiver to you, Keto? I'm just asking. I don't know. 1,400 yards and 113 receptions. You just said that Steph Diggs had 127 last year. Do you think 113 receptions is the number one receiver? I'm just asking.
Marcus, yes, I would say that those are number one numbers. If Stephon Diggs wasn't there.
Okay, Stephon Diggs wasn't there last year, and last year he had 74 receptions, 925 yards, and 14 touchdowns.
Wait a minute. Say those first two numbers again, though. Say those first two numbers.
That's because the rookies getting all that. But he had 14 touchdowns. 14 touchdowns.
Marcus.
That's a touchdown. Hold on. How many games were there last year? Keto, how many games were there last year?
17.
16. No, that's 17 this year.
Oh, no, there were 17. There should have been 17 for Minnesota, but Chicago.
There were 16 games last year. 16. There were 16 games last year, and Adam Thielen had 14 touchdowns. That's nearly a touchdown a game.
Okay, so here's what I will say for that, Marcus. That's cute that you use the touchdown reference when it benefits you, and I'm gonna go back to saying Marcus, darling, Marcus.
Yes.
Did you hear the first two numbers you said?
74 receptions is not bad. 900.
Oh my God!
Hang on. And also, so he had 1,400. He had 14 touchdowns with Justin Jefferson, who went off. Who plays in the backfield too?
Oh, we know.
There's only so many touches. There's only so many touches.
We know Dalvin Cook. But here's what I'm gonna say to that, Marcus. I'm gonna say Justin Jefferson was just booming during drives, and Adam Thielen was finishing them off, huh?
Okay. Again, when you're playing against the Vikings and they have an actual run game, you cannot just sit up there. You can't sit up there and do certain things because Dalvin Cook. How many yards did Dalvin Cook rush for last year?
Dalvin Cook is injury prone and can't.
How many yards did he rush for? You're right. You know what I think about Dalvin Cook. He is injury prone, but when he's healthy, which isn't very often, he is a top 5 back when he's healthy. Last season he was relatively healthy, and I think he had like 1,300 yards last year. So
yeah, he had over 1,000 last year.
Yeah. So
let's move on. I mean, it's good conversation. By the way, I told you we're getting back to sports talk. Morning sports talk. I'm with my guy Keo from MBS. All right, I'm with my guy Marcus the Alphabets, my bro. Obviously, my brothers is in the house doing his thing, doing their thing. They're giving you who you with, because I want to know.
Hang on 1 second. Hang on. I'm sorry, Drake. I just got to get this to you. Dalvin Cook had 1,557 yards last year. 1,557 yards. You don't think that when defense play against the Vikings, they're saying, hey, we got to stop 1,557 yards, and Dalvin Cook had 16 touchdowns.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You know who it reminds me of? You know who their offense remind me of?
Who's that?
What your offense should be.
Well, when our offensive line is back and our starting quarterback is back, we'll be right there.
All right. Well, all right. We definitely will see. All right. Speaking of wide receivers, I got two more on the joint. We got some more content. I gotta get through this, man. AJ Brown or DK Metcalf?
I like DK, man, and that again, that's not any disrespect to AJ Brown. DK Metcalf is. There's a term that I use for players that we don't see a lot of people like, a lot of people like them. I believe that term is a unicorn. I believe Derrick Henry at the running back position is a unicorn, and I believe at wide receiver, DK Metcalf is a unicorn. We saw the play. We just talked about Buda Baker. I mean, he ran the guy down like he stole his bike, man. My bike, punk. He chased down Buda Baker like that, like he stole his bike, man. And the guy is a physical specimen. I expect big things from. I expect big things from DK Metcalf. I expect big things from AJ too. But he's hurt, and we know that Julio Jones is injury prone. But if those two guys, if AJ and Julio can stay healthy with Derrick Henry in the backfield, they should have some easy looks, because we know any team that plays the Tennessee Titans is going to stack the boxes to stop Derrick Henry. But give me DK.
Keo.
I'm going with AJ Brown, man. I think AJ Brown last year, I think he missed like 3 to 4 games, and he was able to have a solid season. I think he went over 1,000 yards. And I look at DK Metcalf, man. I didn't see it coming what he did last year. And I look at DK as like more of a home run hitter. When you look at majority of his touchdowns, they're bombs up by him and Russell Wilson. And I look at AJ Brown, I just feel like he's just a better route runner. And if you want to get them the ball, you could get them the ball. And then with adding Julio in there right now, and then obviously you got Henry. I like AJ Brown over DK Metcalf. I want to see if DK can do what he did last season. But for right now, I'm taking AJ Brown.
All right. Bradley Chubb or Zadarius Smith?
You are tripping today, man. You're making me. Man, I just drank my coffee, man. You got me up here taking exams on a Saturday morning. I'm up here taking damn exams, man. I'm gonna go with Zadarius Smith, man. I'm gonna go with Zadarius. I like the Smith boys up there. Now, Bradley Chubb, coming out of North Carolina State, I believe he came out of. Outstanding, but he didn't have his wingman with him last year. We all know that Von Miller was out last year, and I think that does have a effect on you when you don't have your book end on the other side. But I like the Smith boys. But I think Bradley Chubb is more talented than Zadarius Smith. I mean, I like Zadarius, but I'm gonna go with Bradley Chubb, man.
What?
I'm gonna go with Bradley
You
Chubb.
traitor.
I'm gonna go with Bradley Chubb.
Traitor. Look at you. I got you stumbling, fumbling, rumbling. And
real quick before Keo goes, my man Canoe, he says, best case scenario for DK, Megatron. Worst case scenario, David Boston. Anybody remember David Boston?
yeah.
Oh yeah, from Ohio State. I remember.
Yeah,
Ohio State.
Man, that is an awesome comparison, man. That's thanks, Canoe. That's research right there, man. That's research. Man, I ain't heard David Boston in a long time, man. He kind of lifted his way out of the league, man. He lifted too much damn weights, man. You ain't supposed to be no 260-pound, muscle-bound wide receiver, man.
For sure, definitely. All right, moving right along. You know who I'm taking. Keo, who you taking on this?
I'm going with Zadarius Smith. I think he's been more of a proven, consistent defensive player. I think when the Packers signed them as a free agent, I think it definitely made a difference for the Green Bay Packers with their front seven. So I'm taking Smith in this one.
All right, interesting enough. Y'all know who I'm taking. Obviously, Zadarius.
Homer pick. Homer Simpson. Homer
Whatever. Whatever you want to say, call it what you want. I'm okay with it. As long as you don't call me late for dinner, I'm good. All right. Kyler Murray or Justin Herbert?
This is easy. Look, I believe Justin Herbert. I think he's going to explode this year. I really do. We saw what he did last year, and I just think with a lot of these guys, a lot of the guys who got drafted last year, they were at a disadvantage last year, especially at the I think playing quarterback is the hardest position to play in all the sports. I really do. And then you're coming in as a rookie during COVID and not having OTAs, not having mini camps, having Zoom meetings to learn the offense, no training camp really. I believe Justin Herbert, I think he's going to be a superstar. And I like Kyler Murray. I watched him play here in Texas, Allen High School in Texas. I watched him play at Oklahoma. The issue I've always had, if Kyler Murray was 6'5", we'd be saying he's the next Joe Montana. But unfortunately, he's 5'9". He's quick. He's got a good arm, great baseball player, whatever. But I believe Justin Herbert, the pedigree coming out of Oregon, University of Oregon Ducks. I give me Justin Herbert. I build my whole team around Justin Herbert.
For this year, I'm going with Kyler Murray. I think Kyler Murray, I just like the skill set players that are around Kyler Murray right now. And then, he got a good relationship with his coach. In the second year with DeAndre Hopkins, I think they'll definitely have more and better chemistry. I like the weapons, like guys like Christian Kirk. They added some veteran AJ Green in there with the Chargers, man. I think Mike Williams, this is his proven year, man. If he doesn't prove it, he's out of there, man, because there was so much hype surrounding Mike Williams coming out of Clemson, and he just haven't lived up to those expectations. So you've seen the Chargers have drafted other wide receivers to see if they could be that number 2 guy. We haven't found that number 2 guy, and Herbert also lost one of his top targets from last year in the red zone, Hunter Henry, who went to the Patriots. But they did add Jared Cook, so I think that's a good situation for Cook. But for going into this year, I'm going to take Kyler Murray.
All right. Interesting enough. That's the Who You Wit segment. I had 2 bonus questions for you guys watching, tuning in right now. My 2 bonus Who You Wit questions are as follows. You can put this in the comment section as we get to the last segment. It's Chris Jones or Cameron Jordan? Marlon Humphrey or J.C. Jackson. All right, those are the two. All right, for who you with? Again, we're gonna be bringing this segment back big time. I got Marcus the Alphabets over here feeling like he taking an exam, so that's good. I like that. That I told you it was gonna be a scorcher. I had some scorching stuff for you. We got sports talk, morning sports talk, back to where it needs to be, for sure. Now, last segment of the day is called "Get Down or Get Out of Here" segment. All right, get down or get out of here. Pretty much in a nutshell, I'm going to give you a statement. You either getting down with the statement or you telling the statement to get out of here. We don't believe you. All right, so here it goes. All right, in the comment section, make sure if you're on YouTube, you're on Facebook, you are watching Rise Up early. We just got finished with the Who You Wit segment. Go back and watch it. But we are on Get Down or Get Out of Here. All right. Put it in the comments. Get down or get out of here. DeForest Buckner will have a better season than Khalil Mack. Get down or get out of here.
Hey, Dre.
I told you it was getting real.
You know where I got that. You know where that's from, right? You know where that's.
Is it the Kembe Mutombo?
No.
Oh. Oh.
I told you it was going to get real today.
Look, man. Khalil Mack, maybe. I still think he's the second best 3-4 outside linebacker. I think TJ Watt has moved into that spot as the best 3-4 outside linebacker, and he's going to get paid like it in the next couple of days. I think Khalil Mack's on a mission this year. If they can get some consistency at the quarterback position with the Chicago Bears, and their quarterback stop giving the ball away, I'm not going to mention no names, Mitchell Trubisky. Now you want to go back and play good with the Buffalo Bills. But they can get some, their quarterback isn't putting them in bad putting them in bad positions, turning the ball over every possession. I believe Khalil Mack gets back on track this year. I like DeForest Buckner, but I am a big Khalil Mack fan. You said, for all those people who are saying Khalil Mack is falling off a cliff, the Raiders tried to trade back for him this offseason. They tried to trade back for him. If you think somebody's washed up, you don't try to trade back for him because John Gruden and Mike Mayock know they were a bunch of buffoons to give him up. You have one of the elite pass rushers in the league, and you got what 2 or 3 first-round draft picks for him, so you could draft Khalil McClellan. Yeah, he's done a lot for you. But no, I get that out of here. I believe Khalil Mack is still one of the elite players in the league. I think he goes out this season. We haven't really seen him because it's a preseason, but I think Khalil Mack puts his name back up there as one of the top elite edge rushers in the league this year. No.
Yeah, I'm going with Khalil Mack, man. I'm gonna say get that out of here, man. Khalil Mack definitely, man. I just think that he's still one of the best in the game when you talk about players in his position. So I'm gonna say get that out of here.
All right, number 2, Fred Warner will be the best middle linebacker in his division this season.
I'm trying to
Ooh, yeah, you better think long and hard about this one. No dead air. Come on, y'all.
That's I can get down with that. Fred Warner, I think he's one of the best. I think Darius Leonard's a little bit better. I know he's not in the same division. Darius Leonard,
outside linebacker.
Fred Warner's an inside linebacker. He's an inside. I like the kid. Fred Warner just got paid. The kid from San Francisco. I'm thinking KJ Wright. He's out in Seattle. The Rams. I can't think of who their middle linebacker is, and who else is in that division? Rams, Cardinals.
Whoa, wait a minute. Did you just skip Bobby Wagner?
Look, Bobby Wagner. Bobby Wagner is great. I think he's a future Hall of Famer, but he's not. He's not look. You always have the changing of the guard. You know.
Also, this is the changing of the guard moment. You have your changing of the guard. You have the young kids coming up to play. By the way, check out Alphabet's bits. I talked about this a little bit, the young guns, but I was talking about quarterbacks. You have people coming up, the young kids, let the kids play. I love Bobby Wagner, future Hall of Famer, Legion of Boom, the leader, the guy in the middle there. But I believe Fred Warner I like the kid. Give me the kid. He just got paid. He proved that he was worth the money. So give me Fred Warner.
I'm gonna stick with Bobby Wagner, man. I still like Bobby Wagner. I think he's one of the best in the game. When you look at this dude, he's everywhere on the field, man. He's been one of the best linebackers throughout the past couple seasons. He's had at least 130 or more tackles since 2016 or 2017. I'm not sure, but I'm going with Bobby Wagner, man. I think people look at Fred Warner right now, and you look at him as one of the highest paid players, but that doesn't mean you're better than somebody like a Bobby Wagner, man. So I'm gonna say once again, get that out of here.
Interesting enough. I'm not gonna comment on this one. All right, I'm going mobile real quick. Lamar Jackson will have more running yards. Oh yeah, Marcus, I hear you. I hear you already. Hey, Keo, I hear you. Lamar Jackson will have more running yards than every running back in his division except Nick Chubb. Get down or get that out of here. And I'm going mobile.
Nick Chubb. Well, you got Nick Chubb, Najee Harris, and
Joe Mixon.
No, Joe Mixon. No, I don't agree with that. Yeah, he has 2 consecutive 1,000-yard seasons. By the way, when y'all get a chance, watch the Alphabet's bits, mobile data. Watch that out. Check that out. The piece I did on Lamar Jackson. But no, I don't agree with that. Look, you got some damn good running backs in the AFC North. Joe Mixon. I believe Najee Harris comes on and does his thing this season. And yeah, I just don't see. And Nick Chubb, no. He may not have more yards than Kareem Hunt this year. I think the Browns could have 2 1,000-yard rushers. I believe that they could do that.
Once again, I'm going to get that out of here again. I think Lamar Jackson this year, I think he's gonna try to prove that he could throw the ball. He's been catching a lot of criticism, throughout this offseason about, can he throw the ball? Can he stay in the pocket? I think he'll rush somewhere close to 1,000 yards, but he's not gonna rush more than Joe Mixon, than a Najee Harris, and definitely more than a Nick Chubb. So I don't see 1,000. I don't see him rushing more than 1,000 yards to any of those 3 guys. I think this disrespectful to disrespect somebody like a Joe Mixon out there like that, man. And I just think that as a matter of fact, I think J.K. Dobbins will rush more yards than Lamar Jackson.
Look, there's only 2 quarterbacks in the 101-year history of the NFL that run for 1,000 yards. One of them has done it consecutively.
Did I just hear y'all say get that out of here, both of y'all?
Yeah.
Both of y'all.
That's my third. Get that. That's my third. Get that out of here.
Golly, all these get that out of here's today. Listen, Marcus, this is a testament to you. Okay, you know what you like to do. You like to plant seeds. That's Marcus the Alphabet. He's been around Ramona Die a long time, so you know Ramona is a genuine planter, and Marcus has become a planter. He likes to plant little things inside your head, and then it grows. And in this case, I'm going to say, I'm getting down with this one. I'm getting down with this one. I'm not even going to lie. I honestly think Lamar Jackson could have more rushing yards than every other running back in his division, except for Nick Chubb. Except for Nick Chubb. I don't see Kareem Hunt having 1,000 yards because I don't think he's going to have enough opportunities to get 1,000 yards. I think Baker Mayfield, I'm going to be honest with you. I think Cleveland's going to do the Cleveland thing, which is try to show that Baker Mayfield can actually make elite throws, and they're going to change it up, and they're going to get Baker Mayfield out there throwing the ball more than usual. And I think Kareem Hunt's not going to have 1,000 yards. I don't think Joe Mixon is either. I'm not sold on Joe Mixon. And I'm damn sure, 2 things for certain, I'm damn sure not ready to say Najee Harris is going to have 1,000 yards yet. I ain't even seen what the hell he going to do. I ain't even seen what he going to do yet. Now, if he start coming out like a wrecking ball, I'm gonna have to call up that Disney character and tell her maybe she need to make that song his new theme song. But I don't see it. I'm sorry. I'm gonna get down with this one. I'm getting down with it. I think Lamar Jackson will have more yards than every running back in this division except for Nick Chubb. All right. Now, let's get to another one. This one's a good one. Statistically, 4 quarterbacks will have better numbers than Patrick Mahomes this season. Get down or get that out of here.
I'm getting that out of here, man. Nobody's gonna have better numbers than Patrick Mahomes. Not Josh
Really?
Allen.
Really?
Not Aaron Rodgers.
Oh,
not
okay.
Tom Brady.
Okay.
And you know, I am a Dallas Cowboys fan, and not even Dak Prescott, man. I think the Kansas City Chiefs is on a mission. I think they got something to prove, especially getting losing like that the way they did in the Super Bowl. And I just feel like Mahomes is just gonna go all out, man. And I just think he's on the mission this year, man. So I'm gonna say no.
Get that out of here, huh? Marcus.
What you got, man? What you got?
Oh, you want to know what I got?
Yeah. So, what's the question?
I said statistically, 4 quarterbacks will have better numbers than Patrick Mahomes this season.
4 quarterbacks will have more yards than Patrick Mahomes.
Yes.
No, that's not true. I'm with Kia on this one here. I think the Kansas City Chiefs were embarrassed. I think the Kansas City Chiefs were embarrassed last year. I think that they were humiliated. I think and the reason why is because their offensive line was in shambles last year. We saw Patrick Mahomes running for his life. When Patrick Mahomes is protected, he is the best pure passer in the league. I think this year, I think you see the Chiefs on a mission, and I can see Patrick Mahomes passing for about 5,200 yards this year. About 5,200 with 17 games. He's going to break 5,000. He's going to be about 5,300 yards. So no, I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. I believe Patrick Mahomes leads the league in passing this season.
Well. You guys love the Patrick Mahomes train. Eddie, what up? Eddie Vigil, what up? Only way that happens is if Mahomes gets hurt. Oh, okay. Well.
Go ahead. I know you want to say Aaron Rodgers.
I just want to explain this to y'all real quick. So, last season, right? You know how many quarterbacks had better numbers than Patrick Mahomes?
Last season.
Mm-hmm.
I think Josh Allen had more. Aaron Rodgers had more. I don't know if Tom Brady did. And Dak Prescott was on the trajectory to pass more than him. But again, with the decimation of that offensive line that Patrick Mahomes had, when you lose both of your starting tackles and your starting right guard, we saw what happened in the Super Bowl with that. And I believe that the Kansas City Chiefs addressed that. They addressed that. I still don't think that the Kansas City, the Green Bay Packers have a good number 2 receiver. I still don't think that the Buffalo Bills have a legit number 2 receiver. So no, I don't believe Josh Allen or Aaron Rodgers will throw for more yards than Patrick Mahomes. Dak Prescott might though.
Yeah, I like Dak Prescott. He has a good chance.
And Brad White, he just said, listen, Justin Herbert, people, y'all better get that name. Watch my piece, Alphabet's Bits, the Young Guns. Go watch it. Go watch it. You know what you got on these shows, man. You got to start playing the Alphabet's Bits. The last one I put up on Thursdays, man.
All right, let's do that. We'll do that. Absolutely, we can do that. There's no problem with that.
The Young Guns. Can we get the Young Guns up? They need to see that, man.
Oh my goodness, you gonna make me go look. All right, next show, I promise I will play Alphabet's Bits next show because I have to have that geared up and ready. I will play it. All right, promise. Now, the reason why I asked that question and started off the way that I started off is because there's only one quarterback who passed for more yards than Patrick Mahomes last year. Yep. And I was just listening to you talk about such and such. Dak Prescott is not passing for more yards than Patrick Mahomes this season. You can stop that nonsense now, okay? You homers over here, you Cowboys homers. I forgot who I'm with in here. And Cowboys homers. No, sir. Patrick Mahomes had 4,740 yards last year, 38 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions, which actually was statistically better than Josh Allen, but we won't go there.
That's because Patrick Mahomes is better than Josh Allen.
No stuff.
You live in Buffalo. You tell a Buffalo Bills fan that Josh Allen's that Patrick Mahomes is better than Josh Allen. They look at you crazy, man. I don't
know why they would look at you crazy. Wait a minute, time out, Marcus. Listen, you know I cover the Bills. Let's be clear.
Yes. Do you cover Buffalo Bills?
Hold on, time out. You know damn well. Listen, we know damn well Patrick Mahomes is better than Josh Allen. Let's stop this now.
You know that. Does Buffalo know that? You know that.
Bills Mafia knows that.
I had a guy on the Alphabet show last night.
No. Bills Mafia knows that too.
No, they don't know that. No, they don't know that because I had a guy on the Alphabet's football show last night. I'm not going to mention no names or nothing. And he said that Josh Allen, I'm not going to mention no names, that Josh Allen is better than y'all think everybody on your team is better than everybody. This guy told me that the Buffalo Bills wide receiver core is better than the Dallas Cowboys wide receiver core. He said that last night. I got receipts.
So listen. So here's what I will say. Here's what I'll say. Monster, I love Monster to death. That's my bro. But you know what you're going to get from Monster as far as the Bills is concerned. You know what you're going to get from him. So that's not a surprise to me that he said that. But I honestly know the truth. Patrick Mahomes is better than Josh Allen. I mean, didn't he beat him twice, 1v1 last year? He beat him twice. Not once,
but let's go back to this thing here.
No. Hold on. Let me finish. Finish though. I gotta get to this. So no, absolutely not. He's not better. And number two, let's be clear. Deshaun Watson is the only quarterback who passed for more yards than Patrick Mahomes last year. Okay. So, and I think Deshaun Watson is better than Dak Prescott, by the way. Right.
But he ain't gonna play this year because he like getting too many massages.
Oh Lord. So I ain't going there. You want to go there? I ain't going there. Yeah, y'all gonna leave my man Monster alone too, by the way. Okay, leave my man Monster alone, Brad White. I hear you. I see you over there.
Hang on though. I want to pose this because I had this guy say this to me last night. He said the Buffalo Bills wide receiver core is better than the Dallas Cowboys wide receiver core. He said that with a straight face. With a straight face, he said that. Is there anybody else out there? Because my Buffalo Bills people, I love y'all. Is there any other Buffalo Bills fan that feels like that the Buffalo Bills wide receiver core is better than the Dallas Cowboys wide receiver core?
Okay, so here's what I will say.
Hell no.
It's not that hard.
Whoa. Wait a minute. Wait the hell up a minute. Let's sports talk, y'all. Let's have a legitimate sports talk conversation. Because, okay, so let's break it down this way. Give me Dallas's 3 or 4 wide receivers. Are we talking about just 2? Or are we talking about the whole
wide receiver core? That means the guys that you're going to put on the field.
So that's 4, at least 4. So give me Dallas's 4.
So you're going Amari Cooper.
And I'm writing this down too.
Amari Cooper, Michael Gallup, CeeDee Lamb, and probably Cedric Wilson, Keto?
Yeah, Cedric Wilson's number 4.
Wilson versus Stephon Diggs, Cole Beasley, Gabe Davis, and
Sanders.
And Emmanuel Sanders.
Beasley. And Gabe Davis.
That's laughable.
Okay, so
and this
whoa, wait a minute. Whoa. Time out. I do not understand how this is so laughable. Wait a minute now. So let's start with number 1. Cooper or Diggs?
Diggs all day. Diggs. I will concede that.
Okay.
Better than all
Gallup.
There's a homerism right there.
No. Who? Me?
No, Anthony Price. He says Diggs is better than the whole Cowboys duo. Really, bro? See, okay. that's the homerism right there. That it's just hilarious, man.
Now, by he saying that, that's not real sports talk right there.
That's a little trolling. Anthony Price, you're trolling a little bit, I'm be honest. Okay, so Gallup or Sanders?
Gallup.
Yeah, Gallup.
It's not even close.
No. All right. Lamb or Beasley?
Come on, really?
Whoa. Let me break this down for you.
What you mean? Wait a minute. What do you mean? Come on, really? What do you mean? Come on, really?
Yes. See,
that's like a rhetorical question right there, man.
The 20
for that.
The 20. Hang on. The 22-year-old who had 950 yards and 6 touchdowns with a 4-string quarterback versus a 32-year-old guy who keeps getting COVID and can't stay healthy.
Why y'all keep saying he keep getting COVID? He don't keep getting COVID. Stop it. y'all need to stop that. He do not keep getting COVID.
I guarantee you, if you throw Cole Beasley and CD Lamb in the free agency market, all those 32 teams will go after CD Lamb.
Whoa, wait a minute. Okay, hold on. Time out. I'm so glad. Wait a minute. I like how y'all nice and cute. Y'all cute with these smoke screens. It's real cute. Of course they're gonna go with CD Lamb. He's the younger talent. At 32, as a wide receiver, your career is over. Wait a minute, though. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, damn it.
How old is Gabe Davis?
Hold on. Wait a minute, Marcus. Let me get to my damn point real quick, damn it.
Go ahead.
My point is we're going to see what CD Lamb does with Dak Prescott. I need to see it.
We saw him get 950 yards and 6 touchdowns.
Marcus, is that 950 yards? Wait a minute. Is that 950 yards with Dak Prescott? No, I need to see it first. I need to see it.
No, it's 1,300 yards with Dak Prescott.
Hey, 1,300 yards with Dak Prescott win.
No, I'm saying that's what he's going to do.
Wait a minute. Would you like to put some cherry Coke Zero on that?
I'll say this. I'll say this.
Don't do it.
CD Lamb will have 1,100. I'll give 1,100 yards this season.
Okay, CD Lamb will have 1,100 yards. Y'all heard that, right? It is 11:39 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Marcus the Alphabets, Mr. Alphabets Bits said CD Lamb will have 1,100 yards this year.
Does that sound reasonable, Keo? Okay. He had 950 with Garrett Gilbert. You don't think he'll get 1,100 with Dak Prescott?
Okay, this is what I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you this right now. Marcus, if they do not get 1,100 yards, you owe me squirt. I want squirt, sir. I don't want no cherry Coke Zero. I want straight 24 pack.
Dude, this is I almost feel bad for doing this to you. I almost feel bad. The man, the guy had 950 yards with Garrett Gilbert and Ben DiNucci throwing it to him. No offensive line and a COVID season as a rookie. You don't think in full stadiums at Jerry's $1 billion playpen with 80,000 people screaming and a healthy offensive line and a healthy Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott running wild. You don't think this CeeDee Lamb might end up being Dallas's number one receiver this season? He might end up being their number one receiver this. And you're comparing Cole Beasley to CeeDee Lamb.
So here's what. No, don't do it because I have a point. My point is I need to see what he does with Dak Prescott. He had 74 catches, 935, 5 touchdowns. You said that he did all that with those two, but yet I could have swore Dak played in 4 of those games. So you would have to minus 935 from the first 4 games that he played with Dak, and that's the real number you got with DiNucci and them. And then secondly, number 2, I still need to see it. I need to see it. Listen, Marcus, I'm just letting you know this right now since we on this. If he is 1 yard off of 1,100 yards, you owe me 24 packs of squirt.
Two cases of squirt versus two cases of cherry Coke Zero.
I don't care. I will give you the cherry Coke Zero to get. But squirt, listen, I don't want that cherry Coke Zero.
1,100 yards. You heard.
And I don't want to hear no and I don't want to hear no diet excuses either.
Keo, I
don't want to hear no diet excuses either.
Because he probably will get more than that. I'm just trying to give you a reasonable. I'm trying to give you a reasonable chance. Keo, give me CeeDee Lamb's. Give me his line for this year.
I'm gonna say he'll have at least 80 plus receptions, and I'm gonna say 1,200 yards receiving.
1,200.
Just know that this is on wax. I want y'all to know this on wax. And I get that there's a 17th game where there's.
Did we lose him?
Be even more leverage next year when he do not have 1,100 yards. I'm gonna say, and you had an extra game, and it probably was the game to get to the playoffs. No, I won't say that. I think Dallas.
And see, that's the thing. I think the NFC East is going to be a dogfight, like it always is. We haven't had a repeat winner since 2001, 2002, damn near 20 years.
Mike, so I think the dogfight is between three teams: the Giants, the Washington football team, and the Dallas Cowboys.
And that's what I'm saying. They're not going to be sitting. That's what the point I'm making. They're not going to be sitting players because it's going to be a dogfight. It's going to be a dog like it is every single season. CeeDee Lamb might emerge this season as the best wide receiver in the NFC East, and you don't think he's going to get 1,100 yards? That tells me right there what people don't really watch sports. When
don't do that.
Not you. But when somebody says in the comment section that Stephon Diggs is better than a whole Dallas Cowboys wide receiver core,
well, I ain't saying
that tells me everything. That tells me everything I need to know about sports knowledge, right?
No, I mean, listen carefully. It's very subjective. You know what? I actually hope CeeDee Lamb does have 1,100 yards. I actually do hope I could give you Cherry Coke Zero, because I know damn well that if he don't. Oh, by the way, I want to make sure that the stipulations is live right here. I don't want to hear, oh, he got injured. That is not an excuse.
Nope.
I don't want to hear Dak Prescott got injured. That ain't an excuse. I don't want to hear, well, Ezekiel Elliott rushed for damn near 2,000 yards. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear no diet excuses. He got to have 1,100 produced or
1,100 plus.
1,100 plus. Okay. So Keo said 80 and 1,200. Keo, just know that this is on wax. Okay. So if it don't happen, we're going to be doing shows for a while. I'm definitely bringing this back up. I'm definitely bringing it back up. Okay. Wilson or Gabe Davis? If you say Cedric Wilson, I'm about to.
I'll give it to Gabe Davis.
Okay.
I'll give it to Gabe Davis.
So we got 2-2, right? So 2-2 for you. For you, 2-2 for Dallas. 2-2 for the Dallas Cowboys fanatics in here. And I got it.
Okay, so then if you go to those wide receivers right there, then I guess we gotta jump over to the tight end. Dawson Knox or Dalton Schultz and Blake Jarwin.
Oh, that's not even a conversation. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. Jacob Hollister. Jacob Hollister. Don't forget, Jacob Hollister is playing now with the Bills. So Jacob Hollister or Blake Jarwin. You laughing? Don't sleep on
Dalton Schultz. Did you watch Dalton Schultz play last year?
Yes, I watched Schultz. Schultz is nice. Now Schultz is damn sure better than that.
Schultz might beat out Blake Jarwin. Schultz might beat out Blake Jarwin. Then you got Tony Pollard in the backfield and Zeke. Stop it. Stop listen, guys. What I need you to do. Look, I get being a fan. I told you. Fan is short for
I'm just saying you got to produce. I'm just saying you got to produce. All I'm saying is produce it.
In the name of this topic, get Zach Moss and Devin Singletary out of here.
Hey, let's get to the next one. I'm sorry. We took some time on this one. Let's get to this one. I got two more, and then we're gonna end the show because this one's been a fun one. I told you we're gonna bring sports talk back for sure, all the time from now on. All right, no more trolling. All right. Number 5.
Wide receiver core is better. Stephon Diggs is better than a whole Dallas wide receiver core. This is the stuff that I have to deal with, man.
Let me get to it, Marcus. Let me get to it.
This is the stuff I got to deal with. This is what I wake up to on Saturday mornings. Stephon Diggs is better than the whole Dallas Cowboys wide receiver.
Marcus, you can
That's
kill
what
him
I got to
later.
deal with on Saturday
You
morning.
can kill him later. I promise you. You can kill him later. I got you. Listen, here's the next one. The next one is Watson might not even be playing, so I'm a scratch that one, but I'm gonna go to these two. Myles Garrett will be the best defensive end in the game this season.
I got a name for you right here and now, and I hate to say this because I'm not a Homer fan.
Myles Garrett will be the best defensive end.
I got you. I heard you.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the name I'm going to give you, and I hate to say this. I hate to say this because I'm a Cowboys fan. Chase Young will be the best defensive end this year. Chase Young.
Wow.
Chase Young. Listen, that's the difference between an analyst analyzing and watching the game and just being a blind, loyal fan. And I hate the Washington football team as an organization because I'm a Cowboys fan.
I like
Chase Young. Chase Young is a generational type, and so is Myles Garrett. But from what I see in Chase Young and what they have on that defensive line with those two Alabama boys and Montez Sweat and Jamin Davis, who they just drafted from Kentucky, and I think Cleveland's defense is going to be elite this year too. But give me Chase Young. So no,
get that out of here, huh?
Okay. Yeah,
I hate to say that. I hate giving the Washington football team any damn credit, but I got to give credit where credit's due.
Yeah, I'm gonna say get that out of here. Also, man, I don't think he's gonna be the best defensive end. I think there's gonna be a couple defensive ends that could possibly be better than him. I think the Bosa boys could be better than him. Obviously, Marcus mentioned Chase Young. I think he could be better than him. So I think there's a couple out there that could be better than him.
So you got Nick and Joey, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, interesting enough. The last one, and this one is going to end our rise up early. I want to make sure I thank everybody for tuning in. Definitely, for sure. We're getting back to sports talk again, and I keep saying that. I want to keep saying that and keep mentioning it. Make sure you like and share this, and make sure the people see this. All right. This is what it looked like. Real sports talk right here. All right. I got Keo from MBS Central, Marcus the Alphabets, obviously, here. The last question of the day is going to be the NFC West will be a more exciting division to watch than the AFC North.
Oh, wow. I believe both of those divisions could send 3 teams to the playoffs. I believe the Cardinals, the Seahawks, and the Rams can make it for the NFC West, and I believe that the Steelers, the Ravens, and the Browns can make it for the AFC North. I'm going to say it's a toss because I believe both of them could send 3 teams, but I'm going to give the slight edge to the NFC West because I believe the NFC West is the best division in all of football. I believe that. I think Pittsburgh, and I know Ramona's going to get pissed off at me when I say this, and I've told her this to her face when we talk. I still have questions about Pittsburgh's offensive line. I think with the additions that the Cardinals have made, we all know what the Seahawks do with Danger Russ, and I think the Rams, going to go get a quarterback who doesn't stink like Jared Goff and going to go get a guy like Matthew Stafford. This is the best team Matthew Stafford's ever played with. The best team he's ever played with. They got a running game. They lost Cam Akers. We saw yesterday they traded for Sony Michel from the Patriots. I think that gives them a nice running game. You see what Robert Woods and Cooper Kupp, 49ers, they get back their whole team. Jimmy G's on notice. They draft the kid Trey Lance. They draft Trey Sermon out of Ohio State. Mostert. They get Kittle back. They get all their defensive players back. It's going to be. I think the NFC West is the best division in football, hands down. I don't think that they have really a bad team in that division. I don't think the Bengals are a very good team now. I like Joe Burrow. Again, go watch that piece, The Young Gunners on Alphabet's Bits. But yeah, give me the NFC West. I could go with that. I could go with that. I can get down with that.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you my first get down. So I'm getting down with this one also. NFC West, man. You got 4 teams that's or 3 teams that's gonna possibly make it to the playoffs, especially with 7 in now. I think the Niners, even though they could possibly come in last, just because I say they come in last, that doesn't mean they're gonna have a bad season. I think they could possibly contend for a wild card spot also or fight for one. As for the North, I just don't think. I think it's gonna be the same thing every year. It's gonna be Ravens, the Steelers, and then you got the Browns into the mix now. I don't think the Bengals are quite yet ready yet. So I just think it's gonna be between those 3 teams. But with the West, it's just more competitive. I think everybody's gonna beat up on everybody. I think sooner it's gonna come to a point where you're gonna have a new division winner every single year, just like how they have it in the NFC East.
Yeah, so the NFC West has sent all 4 teams to the Super Bowl in the last 12 years. Not mistaken.
Yeah.
I
don't know. I don't think the Cardinals haven't been in the past 12 years. I don't think. I think the last time they went was what, Kurt Warner, the Cardinals versus the Steelers. That was Cardinals versus the Steelers.
What year was that?
I think that was like 06.
Damn, that was 50. Damn. That long?
Yeah, it was about 06. Yeah.
Okay. So in the last 15 years, then
Polamalu versus Larry Fitzgerald. That was like 05, 06, somewhere around there.
So all 4 teams have been in the Super Bowl in the last 15 years. This division has potentially 4 playoff teams if San Francisco is good. I mean, you could split the division. Each team could split a win in the division and still be able to make the playoffs, even if you're in last place, especially with the NFC East looking the way it is, the North looking the way it is, and then the South looking the way it is. I mean, who do you honestly – San Francisco being in last place could very well be better than Minnesota, Chicago, Detroit. They could be better than New Orleans. They could be better than Atlanta. They could be better than Carolina, and they could be better than every team in the NFC East except for the divisional winners. So, I mean, that division could sit in 4. That division could sit in 4 and have the 3 other divisional winners, and that'd be the whole playoff.
It could.
I
don't think it can. I don't think it will happen, but it's a possibility of it. I mean, that division is stacked. I mean, there's really no weak.
Oh yes, so I was right. It was 2010. So yes,
2010.
It was 2010. So yes, the last 12 years, every team in the NFC West has been to the Super Bowl.
So yeah, I mean that division stacked. I mean, you don't have just one team dominating, just dominating year in and year out, 11 years in a row. But it's pretty competitive over there. They don't just let one team just run away with it every year. No names mentioned, AFC East. But yeah, it happens.
Funny. All right. And with that being said, it just happens, Rise up early just happens. Again, don't know when the next Rise Up Early will be, but nevertheless, when it does come back, again, Sports Talk, morning Sports Talk is back, baby. Morning Sports Talk. I want to thank everybody who tuned in for sure. Make sure you share this. Make sure you like this. Make sure your friends get a hold of this. Your moms, uncles, cousins, brothers, sisters, nieces, and nephews get a hold of this. I got Marcus the Alphabets who was on the show, and make sure you support the Alphabet Bits. Matter of fact, I'm gonna let you guys have last words.
Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it. Dre called me this morning. Come on, Marcus, let's go. That's just how we roll. He called me. I ain't even got my coffee yet. I'm sitting over here doing notes, drinking coffee, man. But it's always fun. That's just how we roll, you know. Make sure y'all support all the other Rise Up family shows. Keo, it's nice to meet you, brother, man. We have to link up and do something. Make sure y'all check out the Alphabet Show Friday nights Eastern Standard Time with my lovely co-host Ramona Diehard, the rest of the Rise Up family. Next week we're breaking down the AFC North next week. So if you know any, I got the guests for each of them, but come in, you know, and give your opinion on stuff. We did the AFC East last night, broke it down. Go to YouTube, check out the show if you want to go back, check it out, and tell me what you think. And I hope everybody has a great weekend. Watch these preseason games, and we got a weekend full of sports. And we're less than 2 weeks till the real bullets start flying. So everybody have a great weekend, man.
Keo.
Yo, man, shout out to Dre, shout out to Marcus, shout out to the whole Rise Up family. It's always good to be on here. Make sure you guys go support their shows. Definitely make sure you go check us out on NBS Central, man. We got a lot of content on there on all social media platforms. But you know, it was definitely good to have Dre on the NBS show. It was lit this past week. But with that being said, man, I definitely enjoyed this Saturday. I didn't even have my coffee either, so he caught me off guard.
That's what he be doing, man. He's a coffee blocker, man. He's a coffee blocker, man.
Caffeine blocker.
Coffee blocker.
I'm actually gonna get some coffee right after the show ends. But shout out to you guys and what you guys do, man. Definitely great. Definitely enjoyed the show. With that being said, man, see you guys hopefully on Monday Night Madness, man.
All right. With that being said, it was a good time. It was fun. It was real. It was fun. And I guess this one was real fun. All right. I guess I had some real fun on this one. But nevertheless, we will see you again coming up. Oh, Sunday. Yes, I will see you Sunday. Sunday, Bills, Buffalo Bills, edition to Rise Up Early. All right. Again. All right. Shout out to everybody tuning in. Appreciate you.